Buongiorno! That is hello in Italian. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, like you should, you would know that I've been to Italy. More specifically, Ercolano. Now, this was my first time travelling abroad alone. It went well. I will now proceed to tell you about what happened. I didn't really film a whole lot getting there, but you know, use your imagination. But what's that? You don't want to use your imagination? Okay, here's a picture of a plane. I was on it, went over the sea, found Italy, landed, went through the security. Believe it or not, didn't have any drugs on me. And then bam, I'm in Italy with absolutely no idea how to speak any Italian. No, I didn't practice anything. I didn't even know hello. I got on a bus, right, the driving in Naples is insane. I don't even, do they even have to get a license? They have like no traffic lights. Actually no, I saw one set of traffic lights and they were off. It is a constant battle to cross the road. It's insane. I made it to the train station and very quickly got very, very lost. Yeah. Let me get the map. So I had to get on this purple line and I accidentally got on the red line. Why did I need to get a map for that? Whatever. In hindsight, I understand this completely and it was really simple. But at the time, I was stressed, I was freaking out, and I get off at the wrong stop and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ask someone. So I asked this girl and she speaks very good English. Probably better than a lot of people from England, actually. Her name was Tonya. I haven't got a picture of her, but let me try and recreate it. She had eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Glasses, quite dark hair, and that's about it. That is Tonya. Tonya, there she is. She very kindly took me back to Naples and put me on the right train. She waited on the platform with me, which is very kind. She didn't have to do that. Well, she did, because I would have been lost again. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, while I was with Tonya, I asked her, do I look like a tourist? And I think when I said that, I knew what had happened. I'd become the stereotype. Because whenever you see like French students come over to England, they're always wearing really bright clothes. I was wearing this. I became the stereotype. And also, they don't have many ginger people in Italy. A couple of hours later, I found the hostel. This is the hostel. It looked like this. It used to be a school. Now it's not. It was probably my favourite hostel I've ever stayed at. Like, they had cats. So once I got settled, I didn't wait around. I went straight up Mount Vesuvius, the volcano. If I'm honest, it was a big hole. That was it. I mean, I don't want to be pessimistic, but it was kind of underwhelming. It's cool because I know what happened 2,000 years ago on this mountain, volcano, whatever. But if you didn't know about Vesuvius erupting and you just walked up there, you'd be like, well, that's cool. Bored now, bye. And of course, the first thing I ate was a pizza. Oh, what's that? You're expecting footage of the pizza? No. I was very hungry. What's that? You want to use your imagination again? Fine. There is a stock image of a pizza. Happy? Right, moving on. So at night, I normally have like a fan. You can't even see it there. Never mind. I normally have a fan on because I get hot. And then, of course, I'm in a hot country now. I want a fan on. And they supply fans. So I put the fan on. Now there's this old guy who's in the other bed. And like, he like the plug is behind my head and he pulls it out, which kind of wakes me up. So I'm just, all right, I'll put the plug back in. I'll put the plug back in. And he was like, mate, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, so why? And he was like, you just can't. I was like, oh, it's just I normally have one on at home. And he's like, that says a lot about you. What does that say about me? Someone answer me, because I don't know. I mean, I asked him anyway. I said, well, what does it say about me? And he said, you're not at home now, mate. That was definitely a threat, right? Also, he was English. There was like no comradeship. Day 2, I sat in a hammock, ate some biscuits. That was pretty good. I've got to admit, I was feeling a little bit down, actually, because I was like, oh, I got lost on the train. That guy shouted at me last night. And I was like, oh, I'm in a foreign country. I'm scared. I want to go home. But a few swings on the hammock and I was back to my old self. I swung off the hammock and went to Herculaneum. Now, Herculaneum is one of the towns that got affected by Vesuvius. It actually got covered in lava, whereas Pompeii was only covered in the ash. So I bought my ticket. Oh, here's a stray cat that I found living in the museum. Who knew? Now, a guide to go around and explain things, it costs money. And an audio guide costs like, I think like €9. And I was like, well, I've already paid 10 to get in. So, now here's a good strategy. I found a tour guide giving the tour. So I would loiter around corners, wait for him to explain things and listen to him, and then walk around and go, oh yeah, nice. And then go around the next corner and eavesdrop again. That's how it's done. Day 3, and the bed that once housed the horrible anti-fan man, it was replaced with a girl called Riley. She was American from Texas. And this is what I like about hostels. Like, we're all tourists. You can literally just go up to someone and say, hey, do you want to come with me to this place? And they'll be like, yeah, okay. It's great. It's instant friendship. Instant friendship. So me and Riley, we went to Pompeii via Old Man. You're like, what? We're looking for directions for this train station, and he's just like, he didn't say this exactly because he didn't speak any English, but he was just like, get in my car. So we got in his car, and it was the ricketiest old car I've ever seen. But very nice of him, and he wouldn't take any money. What a great guy. 10 out of 10. Pompeii was amazing. It was so much better than Herculaneum. I don't know why. It was just better. Oh, let me think of some facts. Okay, so the bathhouse, or one of the bathhouses, is the only building in the entire city to have its original roof. I took a picture, of course. There's the roof. On the street there is an engraved penis pointing towards the brothel for sailors who are entering the city and want to know where they can get some. There's that. Next fact. Have I got one? No. That was all the facts. There's no other fact about Pompeii. You may have seen this picture on Twitter, but why not do the Capaldi point? Literally, the second that picture was being taken, like, you can see the angry old Italian man right there. It was just like, get off! Those ruins are thousands of years old, you student! You're just a student, what do you know? Something like that. That's not even Italian, I don't even know. Here's footage from this massive tree overlooking Pompeii. There's Riley. And then back to the city. Do you think there's a cocktail bar? They've got a few glasses under there. This week's out of context clip goes to...
As soon as I started to chew the cookie, that's when it started to get me.
Round of applause. Thank you very much. Well done, that kid. He made it to the one and only out of context clip of the week. Day 4, went to Sorrento with old Riles. Never called her Riles even once when I was with her. Not gonna start now. Didn't get any footage. But what's that? What's that? You don't want to use your imagination again? Fine. It looked like me in the sea. What more do you need? I get it, alright? I'm not a good vlogger. I don't care what you think. Put up with it. That day was the only day I got sunburnt, and the only place I got sunburnt was my ankles. I think that's not bad for a white ginger person, really, in a hot country. The next day was a Sunday, and it only took me about 5 days to finally talk to the camera. I bought this cake assuming it was like choux pastry filled with cream. No, here's the review. Day 6 we went to Naples. When I say we, I mean me, on my own. I was alone for the rest of it, really. So while going around Pompeii, you're told that there are lots of things that have been, you know, taken out and put into the museum for safekeeping. There was like next to nothing. In the Archaeological Museum of Naples on Pompeii, there was nothing. Zilch. Nada. What is nothing in Italian? Niente. But that doesn't mean that I didn't look around the entire museum, and I found some great art pieces that I tweeted about. Can we just have a second to appreciate my tweets? Because I thought they were quite good. When you see a spider, when you're the only one in fancy dress, when you stub your toe, me after I wave at someone who I thought was waving at me but was actually waving at someone behind me. Then it zooms in, because that's funny, right? Oh, and then I found this dog, and it was funny because it couldn't breathe. I mean, look at it. It's like, what? How? There used to be wolves. Look what we've done to them. Remember Tonya? You remember Tonya. I got her contact information, and it was quite good because she was recommending places for me to visit and look at and eat food at. So that was helpful. So I went to a place called Sorbillo. I bet it's Sorbillo or something. Anyway, there. Then went round the corner and there was some caves, like World War II caves. So that was pretty neato. I didn't get any footage because I like to live in the moment. It's the point of these, you know, holidays. Living in the moment. You're not all I think about. Sorry, I'm getting a bit annoyed now. It was great because some of these tunnels got like that thin, and you like that. I loved it. I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm anti-claustrophobic. I crave that kind of acceleration and adrenaline. At the end of the tour, somehow you're going from like World War II tunnels, even though they're actually from like the Greeks, but World War II tunnels, to suddenly we're in this other building that has... Anyway, so apparently the Italians have these boxes instead of Christmas trees. This is a lemon stand in a box. That for some reason this means this screams Christmas. They weren't all lemon stands. There was a few other ones, but either way, there was like no Christmassy stuff. I don't. It might just be rubbish that they tell tourists, and just I don't know. It's a big joke. On the last day, I went back into Naples, just to see a few more touristy things. That's a church. Can you believe that's a church? That was huge. Anyway, so I was on my way to a place called Fontanelle, I think. Now on the outskirts of Naples, and it was quite nice because there was no tourists really. There was like 2 other people there. There was this huge cave full of bones. Now there wasn't too much information. There was like 3 plaques, but the general gist is I can't remember if there was like a war or a plague or something, and they didn't have time to bury all the bodies, so they just chucked them in this cave. And then, however many years later, in 1872, I believe, the townswomen they went into the cave and aligned all the bones and the skulls into an order to ease the spirits of the forgotten souls. Interesting AF. Super interesting. This is the only time I got fancy with my vlogging skills. Here's a bit of footage of me pretending to not see the camera. Don't know why people do that. I tried, alright? It didn't work for me. That's fine. One of the plaques said to give something sort of meaningful, but I didn't have anything meaningful on me. But I had some English money, so I put a quid down. Yeah, I'm so nice. I'm easing spirits by giving them a quid. I think that deserves a like, right? Give me a like. If you ever go to Fontanelle and you find £1, that was mine. Get a selfie with it. Send it to me. That's not going to happen. In total that day, I'd walked 13 miles. I was just, nope, done. Give me a pizza. I had 7 pizzas on that holiday. A pizza every single day. And I took one video of one pizza. This was probably the best pizza I've had in my life. I'm not a big tomato guy, but those tomatoes were like kisses from God. Next day I wake up and I get on a plane. Oh, what's that? You don't want to use your imagination again? Here's me on a plane. It's the same footage from last time. That holiday was a trial run to see if I could keep it cheap, if I could, just manage and survive on my own in a foreign country. And you know what? I think I can. So I feel like I'm comfortable going anywhere apart from where the terrorists are. I think you should definitely travel to places, meet people, and it will make you feel really good. I'm going to go now. Thanks for watching. Over and Ant.